Pulp 2021 is the code to save to save on that. Thanks to the guys at Scotia. Of course, Scotia is bringing you our next guy. He's 44-time GNCC champion, now factory Red Bull KTM rider. Kailub Russell, what's up, man? How are you?
What did we just say? 44 times?
I don't know, dude.
It was 24 earlier.
You've got a lot.
24, 44.
How many GNCCs have you won? Just the races. How many? Do you know?
Overall, I've won 60 plus.
Is that counting XC2? Is that counting?
No, that's overalls. That's overalls.
Jesus.
I think 67. Yeah, 67.
Oh my God, just a goat of GNCC.
A lot, yeah.
Our phone guy, the Talon there, the guy that just called you, he rides Works. He loves off road, so he's probably gonna.
Okay.
He's probably gonna like
He's one of those. He's the type of guy that's like, oh yeah, GNCC's not shit. It's like it's all on the West Coast.
I don't know, Talon. Where are you at on the GNCC versus the Works guys?
They're two completely separate things, but I think they're both They're both good. Yeah. But GNCC is definitely more like core off road than Works.
The Talon, I went riding with Talon about a month ago or so, and he brought out a Beta with a clear gas tank and a kickstand.
Didn't know what to do.
BYOB.
Right. That was Talon. So he shows up at a moto track. He's got a kickstand, a Beta, and a big.
He knows exactly how much fuel he has at all times.
Yes.
Just looks at the tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Welcome to the show, Kailub. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
dude.
Steve. Appreciate it.
Dude,
yeah.
you were so bummed at Red Bud. I thought you were going to retire.
Well, thankfully, I've already retired, so I can't do it twice technically.
Right, but no, much better Southwick for you. Yeah, much better Southwick.
Maybe the other word instead of retired, maybe fired is what we're looking for.
Could you imagine?
I got a phone call, dude. I got a phone call the Thursday before Southwick from Roger. He's like, I've got a lot of pressure from Europe, and if the results aren't there, we might have to
really.
Pull the plug. And I was like, okay. I didn't know what to say, honestly. Like, obviously, Red Bud didn't go. It was terrible for me.
Right.
It was awful, horrendous. Like, it was the worst thing that I could. It was like a living nightmare from start to finish. But that was literally my third national ever.
Right.
And you crashed.
Third national ever. I didn't crash in practice at all. I crashed in the first moto. I fucked my ankle up, an ankle injury that I've been dealing with since I broke my jaw. So when I broke my jaw, I messed my ankle up.
Yeah.
And I've never got it checked out because I'm the type of person, like, I didn't even want to go to the hospital when I broke my jaw. I would have known I broke my jaw unless I went to the hospital. They literally had to take me to the hospital. I told them I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
And but I didn't tell them my ankle hurt because I didn't want to dick with it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've kind of rehabbed and healed everything. 5 weeks off the bike, never got the ankle checked out or whatever. I talked the team into letting me do High Point because I've always wanted to race High Point, the High Point National.
Right.
Never had the opportunity. I did somewhat okay. 15th Moto 1. I mean,
yeah.
What else do you expect from me?
I think that's fine. Absolutely. Yep.
That's a pretty damn good result for a dry race for my second ever pro national.
Yeah.
First ever pro national in 250 race. Crashed in the second turn or the first turn in the second moto. I'm a realistic type of person. I have realistic expectations for myself, and it's unfair. My career path has led to unrealistic expectations from lots of people inside the industry, outside the industry, common folks watching. They expect more of me on a factory bike, and man, I'm just trying my best. That's all I can say.
Well, yeah, Red Bud, very bad. But look, Southwick. You come in, you pull in mechanics area, you're dead last, you get a shifter changed, and you work your way up to 24, 23 or something. And the second moto was fine. Like, it's I don't know, man. Yeah, Red Bud was terrible, but other than that, I feel like these two races have been fine.
Yeah, and that's all I can do. I've been working my butt off trying to get there. this isn't KTM taking away a spot from somebody else. This is KTM giving me an opportunity that, my off-road career has afforded me, and I'm trying to make the most of it.
Yeah. Jeez.
But I literally have never raced motocross in my entire life since I was 7 years old. So, I've raced off-road my whole career up until I was 30 years old, and now I'm 31. I've qualified for one pro motocross before this year, and that was Unadilla, which I exceeded all expectations in Moto 1. And everybody's kind of going off of that. And, yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster, honestly. If I was supposed to do 3 races that year, and if I would have finished all 3 of those races, I wouldn't have put myself in position to ask for this request this year and to have an entire series, which I'm grateful for, and I want to do, and I want to do my best. But I feel, I've scored points in 2 motos. I've got a 15th and a 16th. The other 4, not so great. But honestly, it is what it is. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Well, that's good.
I like it. I'm down here at the Baker's factory. I know a whole lot of dudes, got a whole lot of insight, and got the best of both worlds. That's cool.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah, look, like, again, Red Bud was garbage, but other than that, I think you've been happy. Now, I'm on the record as saying I thought you should have stayed in 450s. Now, it's pretty deep too, but just the whole aspect of a little smarter, older guys, not as mental out there. But let me tell you, now that you're 3 rounds in, is the 250 class a bit of an eye opener? Or are you okay with everything that's been going on back there?
Yeah, I think I would stand with everybody that says that I need to be in the 450 class. I feel like that's the class that I should be in. But if you look back at Unadilla, just the one singular event that I did in 2018, and I did really well. I got 6th in a mud race, and then I crashed out of the second moto.
Right.
So if you take that 6th place in that first moto, that same result, that same time, that would have won the 250 moto. So if there is perhaps a mud race or a catastrophe like that, my best result of getting on the podium would be in the 250 class, and that's where I stand. I want to be in that class if that were to happen.
Sure. That makes sense.
So that's the only thing I have to go on. And the 450 class is stacked, the 250 class is stacked. It doesn't matter how you cut it. I'm probably going to be in the same spot either or.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally, I've got a 450 at the house. I got a 250 at the house. It doesn't matter what bike I ride on my track. I'm literally the same speed. So, other than the dynamic of the guys being a little bit more erratic in the 250 class, that's about the only thing that's different. So, for myself,
Has it been cool for the fans? Have they been stoked to see you? I would guess you've seen a lot of these guys come through the line that you maybe personally know from the GNCC stuff. Have the fans been cool?
Yeah, no, dude, I've got a ton of fans. It's crazy. It seems like, obviously High Point, there's a lot of GNCC fans in the area, but even Red Bud, Indiana and Michigan, there's a lot of GNCC riders.
Yep.
Other than Jet, I'd have to say, I'm probably one of the, second most favorited riders. I go down to the gate and, people are always like, yo, KR, it's crazy. I wouldn't imagine it, but
that's awesome.
People are stoked on it. People are happy for the most part, but I mean, I've had a lot of unrealistic expectations put on me, and it's somewhat disappointing, and it is what it is. I get it. How you guys were talking earlier with Joey and certain expectations being put on certain people and whatnot. It's I've been in that position a lot in my career, and it is what it is. Like it's like you always have to explain yourself or tell everybody what you're doing, or
Right.
I'm not one to make excuses, but in the last 6 months, I've torn my ACL, my PCL, I broke my jaw, broken 3 ribs. I've messed myself up quite a bit, and I'm 31, and I'm still going. Like, it's a lot to overcome, but I'm out there. I'm living a childhood dream. I'm like literally living in the moment and just trying to do my best. I'm a free agent after this year.
You should have told Raj, hey Raj, just focus on these 2 450 guys, because they're not doing well.
What's Marv up to?
Yeah, how's Marv doing, Raj?
Yeah. I feel like maybe some of that frustration in that phone call came out on me in a way. Like I was like, I don't. He's like, I know we don't expect you to win, but I was like, well, what exactly do you expect of me? I mean, like,
and maybe we should have had this conversation a couple months ago.
Yeah. Red Bud obviously was. It was terrible, awful. I didn't qualify from the practice. I had to go to the Conci, the LCQ.
Yeah.
And, if you judge it on that, then, like, that's shit. Like, we don't expect that. Like, we definitely I expect better of myself.
Of course.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you what went wrong that day. I just was not comfortable. I didn't have it. I didn't feel good. It is what it is. Like, I'm gonna have days like that.
Yeah.
Like, I hope there's not many more, for sure.
Yeah, nobody wants to go that LCQ in the morning, bro. Nobody.
Yeah. I didn't even want to line up. I was like, already pack my bags and fucking call a flight. Like, come pick me up.
Chuck, you've done those.
I have.
You've done those.
I've spent a lot of time in those. They're stressful.
They're not good. Did you and Chuck? Did you see the jump that Kailub crashed on at Paula? Do you know what fence he hit?
At Paula?
Yeah.
No.
It's the one that goes kind of alongside the fence line there.
Basically
before that big step up.
The second and a half turn.
Yep.
Yeah, so like before that big step up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, thank you.
So there's
off
a
the left.
single, a tabletop, and then a step up.
Yep.
So the single I crashed on.
And he launched it.
Oh geez.
And people told me it's so big, it's so far. Like, good God.
And so I think Kailub's being pretty modest, and that like the expectations are probably too high for what people are expecting out of him. But let's be real, like the dude's been through hell. Like the preparation to this point has not been what Kailub would have wanted. So the results to this point are far below, I think, what Kailub's capable of, and I'm sure what he's capable of too. But I think that's the bigger piece that is overlooked. Not that a GNCC guy, look, he has to go to the Conci or 16th as best as he can do.
Yeah.
This is the GNCC guy that also broke his jaw and tore his ACL and PCL and all this stuff just a few months ago. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, at Southwick, you never gave up. You charged hard all moto. Like, that's all you can ask for. I don't know, man.
I mean, how many guys would crash on the first lap, break their shifter, go into the pits, get a new shifter, and then keep going?
Yeah,
the whole moto.
Not many.
Yeah, not many factory guys. No,
none. Probably.
There's not too many guys that I could see like actually even going through with that.
Oh.
And it was crazy. Like the biggest question for me is always asked, like, how's the fitness moto compared to off road? And I always say, like, for me, motocross is harder because I'm not used to that intense pace, and 100%. Like, I am not as fast as those top 10 guys. Like, I'm trying to get there and hover around that 10th to 15th spot. Like, those guys go fast for the first 10 minutes. Like, it blows me out of the water, and I'm uncomfortable to a certain extent. But and even like, because I've been down here at Alden's and riding with Styles and Jalik and RJ, Coop, Marv, Dino. I'm not even close. I'm not even comparable unless we go somewhere where they're not comfortable with or don't know very well.
Right.
So like that first moto, like I pulled in the pits. I went out, rode the whole moto. I was basically by myself until the last like 5 laps. and I felt really good. Like, I got the 2-lap card, and I was like, I looked over and I seen the 2-lap card. I was like, holy shit, the fucking moto's over. I was like, no way. Like, usually I'm like dying, like looking. I was like, when's the last 2 laps? I was like, I'm ready to get off this freaking track, get off this bike.
Right.
Like, I looked over and I seen the 2-lap card. I was like, fuck, it's over already. I was like, so it was like it was a whole different experience for me. Where the second moto, I was like in a battle the whole time. Like, I started like around 13th or 14th, I think. I was right in that area, and I was a little bit uneasy. So it was like an entire different experience. So, you know,
right.
The argument between what's harder as far as fitness-wise, off-road or moto, for me, it's moto because I've got no experience at it. I'm not comfortable with it. And that goes a long ways. Like, there's a whole different world and a view of how people see things. And, you know, it's not that one thing's greater than the other. It's just what you get used to doing. It's like you can't – it's almost impossible to turn a marathon runner into a sprinter, but you can turn a sprinter into a marathon runner, no problem. You know, you just put them out there a little bit longer.
Yep. We got a phone call. We got a phone call for you. Want to take it? Here, let's
go.
Bill, what's going on? You're on the line with Kailub Russell. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill's phone. Bill, your phone. All right. Well,
it must be at Southwick's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Bill's still at Southwick. Phones didn't work well at all. Which track are you looking forward to, Kailub, from here on out? Is there one, obviously Unadilla, that you know, but is there one that coming up that you're looking forward to?
Honestly, the tracks that I'm looking forward to, and man, it's tough to say because the next several, like, I've never really been to. I've been to Millville back in 2011, I think. But other than that, I'm just looking to get into some dirt. You know?
Well, it won't happen in Millville this weekend.
Yeah, and that's what I'm not like super worried about it, but like I don't think you know, I hope to be ready and good. Is good. I'm hoping to be about as equivalent as I was this weekend at Millville, but you know, Millville or Washougal, Unadilla, Budds Creek, Ironman. I hope that I can you know, kind of get up there a little bit closer and maybe a little bit more comfortable. But you know, it's hard because all the guys, literally, like the second moto, I finished 18th overall at Southwick. The only, you could argue that March Banks isn't a factory rider. He's not. He's on the Club MX team. But March Banks and Masterpool were the only non-factory guys to beat me in the overall at Southwick. So if I could stay in that realm and then get up there and battle with, you know, around 10th to 15th in that area, like, I'd be super stoked.
Yeah.
And that's like, and if it's muddy, and if I'm not in the side of the top 10 or the top 5 when it is muddy, if it does rain at some of those races, I'd be very disappointed.
Well,
100%.
At Ironman, don't like hang a ride and just head off into the woods. Like, stay on the track, you know, when it comes up to that. So,
yeah. Hopefully we'll dip across the creek and come back across it right down there by the start. Throw them all for a loop. But
I asked you about this at Red Bud, but so your ex teammate on the KTM, shit, what's his name? GNCC.
Kelly, Toth.
Ben Kelly? No.
Ben Kelly.
What? What's the red? What's
Josh Toth?
No, the guy leading the series right now.
Ben Kelly.
Ben Kelly. Sorry.
Are we talking GNC?
Yeah, we switched it.
We got Ben Kelly, Josh Toth on the on the XC1 team.
Okay, so
KTM off-road team.
Okay, so Ben Kelly and of course Stu. This is going to be a good battle coming down to the wire. What are your thoughts of that series right now? They're on a summer break, but man, like, Stu is always entertaining. Your other guy is just like a machine, it seems like. What's your take on the GNCC series so far? You know that everybody wants to know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really kind of bummed, honestly, that I didn't withhold this whole venture for another year.
Okay.
100%. I could have rode GNCC. You know, I'm working on So I've got a place in Florida, a place in North Carolina. Off-road riders don't make as much money as the motocross. Marvin Muscan, the Cooper Webb, the RJ Hampshire.
Right.
They're not that level of financially supported to do the training thing, and I'm trying to make that financially acceptable for those types of guys. I've invested my money. I've got a place paid for in Florida. I've got a place in North Carolina. I'm trying to build an off-road training facility for those guys. But if I would have just withheld another year, it's been so erratic. There's no way that I don't foresee myself in the points lead.
Right. Yeah.
But Ben Kelly is in the points lead. He's got a 9-point lead after this past weekend at Snowshoe. He won the race. He beat Stu Baylor. Stu Baylor's been on a run. It's been an exciting series. Stu missed the first 2 races. Ben got third at the first race. It's been, everybody's been trying to throw it away. And I was always really good at the first 8 races. In my career, I've won 90% in the last, let's say, 8 years.
Yeah.
I've won 90% of the last of the first 8 races. So it'd be hard to say that I wouldn't have like a gigantic points lead by now.
Right, and just raking in the cash. Instead, you're just eating you're just eating sand for 2 motos.
So now I'm taking almost a $50,000 pay cut and not making any bonuses. And almost getting fired.
And the cost is on your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Pro Moto.
Two BDS flying by your head half the race, just everywhere.
Yeah, and young kids are trying to break your femur, tib and fib in every corner. Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, good times. Well, I don't know, man. I think you've been doing fine. Red Bud was a disaster, but I think you've been doing fine, and I look forward to seeing you in the mud if we get one this summer. That'll be fantastic. So,
dude, I hope so.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've got I've been down here at the Baker's factory, and man, I got all sorts of cool, not really inside stuff, but like Coop's been hit or miss down here and kind of going off on his own thing right now. So
I heard.
It's a little bit of a different world. Like I'm living in like I'm living in a bit of
Osborne's out.
Osborne period.
Yeah. Osborne's out. Coop's flown the Coop. Coop's flown the Coop. Ooh, I like that. Future headlines. Coop has flown the Coop. Or
there we go.
And Rarick's gone too. God, the rock of the whole program. Rarick, he's gone. So yeah.
It's crazy times. Like I said, even with me jumping into this is even crazier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just what's going on. I've been down here without him. RJ's been absolutely shredding.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind that he can't keep the front wheel underneath himself.
Does he crash as much during the week? Is this like a daily thing, or is it only on the weekends?
No, this is a daily thing, dude.
Okay.
Well, the crashing isn't a daily thing, but dude, when he's down here, like I remember a couple years ago when I was going to Unadilla, like I was pretty close to Marv, and no, it was just Marv on the 450.
Oh, you there? Maybe Roger got a hold of his phone.
I'd stop answering calls from like Temecula, Marietta if I was him.
Yeah.
Nope. Just show up on Saturday.
Caleb?
Yeah.
Oh, you're there. You're back. Okay, we lost you.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. My bad.
So you were Marv on the 450? You're saying?
Yeah. Are we back on air?
Yeah. Yeah, we're back on air.
Oh, okay. You got way louder. I'm sorry. Anyways, RJ has been absolutely crushing it. Swole and Styles are like pretty damn fast down here, but it just blows my mind that RJ can't keep it on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
He's crazy fast right now. Like he's leaps and bounds ahead of any 250 rider that I've seen down here since I've been coming here since 2016.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's it's frustrating for me to watch him. Like I've become a little closer to RJ and pretty good friends with him. Like I see him on the start line. I'm like, dude, I was like, the last couple of races, like, dude, just keep it on two wheels. You got another win,
right? Yeah, it's crazy to watch. You're just like, what are you doing, RJ? No, and then he does it again.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
No, but no, he tries hard. He's a good dude, and I feel bad for him, man. It's just like, I think it's pressure kind of getting to him in a way. But that's what motorcycle racing is all about. Like you got to overcome that little bit, and get to that next little spot. So
I think it too. It's a little bit of like, I'm gonna fucking work these guys. You know what I mean? A little bit of that, like hey RJ, if you back it down 5% and just win by 3 seconds instead of 10. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I get that 100% because I was like that early. Halfway through my career, like once the guys started getting close to me. Is like I didn't get paid anymore for winning by and Chad said this before, like he's like he doesn't get paid for qualifying or whatever, like, and I took that in the same aspect as like I don't get paid anymore by winning by a second or a minute, so it doesn't matter to me. A win is a win. Like I'm gonna manage the race and figure out how to win no matter what.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
But that was GNCC. Like obviously I'm not winning moto.
Right, yeah. No, we so. Well, hey, Kailub, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it. I think it's been cool. It's been awesome to see you there. I'm glad like I said, Southwick was fine. Millville this weekend for you, and man, thanks for coming on and talking about it, and explaining a little bit about the mindset of everything for us. So
yeah, hopefully we have somewhat of 2 decent motos here at Millville, and keep things kind of going in the right direction. Don't get any more phone calls from Raj.
Absolutely. Sounds good, Kailub. Thanks for coming on.
Bad phone calls.
Yeah. Hopefully good ones. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Kailub Russell brought to you by Skosh. Pulp 2021 is the code to save with Skosh.